Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the Master Grade Gogg from the Gundam series. Now this is one of the symbolic amphibious mobile suits in the 1 Year War era, and it's not exactly the most successful mobile suit of amphibious mobile suit out there made by the Zeon. It's basically one of its own early types. However, it did have some impact in the 1 Year War, such as fighting the RX simulator pretty well to a certain point. Anyway, let's get on to the review. Now, I had this kit on my list for a long time. I was pretty interested in it, and I wanted to get some more info on it before getting it. However, there wasn't much review on the Master Grade Gogg itself for some reason. I mean, there's not much reviews actually, so I was getting really curious at the same time. So I've waited quite a while, and not a really legit review came out. So I decided to make my own. And I can see why. So let's get on to the review. Let's see what you get. First, of course, you get the Master Grade Gogg itself, and then you get some decals and some dry transfers. Apparently, I only used the monoeye. There was a Zeon symbol I tried to use, but I accidentally dropped it, so it's lost. And there is technically one more small pilot figurine, but I also dropped that, so it's lost. Sorry about that. Now, that's it. Since most amphibious mobile suits have like these claw hands, so the other weapons are usually built in, like the Gogg or the Akai. So this is what you get, as you see. Now, right off the bat, I will admit that it's, in terms of looks or design, it's not that attractive, but that doesn't mean it's a bad kit. So, yeah. It's kind of really big. I'll show a comparison size of a typical Master Grade size, but before that, let's see what we can review. Now let's start with the head. Now the head, there is a monoeye in it, of course, being a Zeon mobile suit, and on top of that, or in front of that, there is an actual clear piece on it, so it's not like an empty shell. I mean, there's something covering up the monoeye. The monoeye is just a pink decal. Now, personally, I think coloring it in red or something else might look better, because it's not really that good. And sorry about the light. The head, there's not much movement. It can go down a little bit. Up, yeah, barely notice the difference. It can go sideways, but not really 360. That's all as you get. So about 30 to 40 degree to each side. And you can technically move the monoeye, but sadly this is not really the 2.0 era, so you have to take off the head cover, more likely, and the head cover does not come out easily. Now let me try this. I want to show you guys the inside of it for once, and let's hope I don't break anything on the process. Yeah, okay, there we go. Didn't break anything. Okay, this is how the inside of the head looks like. So you can move, the monoeye is on a ball joint. You can move it anywhere you want, left, right, a little bit up. Yeah, it's not exactly a straight connected. It's like in an L-shaped connection, so it's got some limitations. And yeah, the head is on a ball joint, just letting you guys know. Come on. So I usually keep the monoeye in the main middle, just in case. Okay, there we go. We have the head. The body, big and bulky body. And if those who are actually wondering if this thing has an actual inner frame, it technically does. It's an old kit, so old Master Grades usually have inner frames, but molded in like style of inner frame. So here's a simple picture of the main body inner frame. As you can see, there's not much usually in today's Master Grade, modern Master Grades, you would build up a frame by building or combining small pieces into one, and then build up. But this one is just a hunk of block of a inner frame. Okay, the body, nothing too special. The body can move forward, upward, or / backward a little bit, and the cockpit is right here. I saw it had two pilots in it, but maybe I was confused with something else. But there is a pilot inside there, just letting you guys know. It can go sideways as well. So the body articulation is pretty good for its bulk and size. And the backpack, nothing too special. I mean, it's just a backpack. Okay, now we will look at the arms. The arms do not have an inner frame, and there's not much movement as well because the shoulders are connected to a ball joint to a polycap inside the main body, and so the position it's connected to is kind of on the top side, so the shoulder does not move that much. It can go a little bit up and down. And this also contains one of those rubber pieces that you see in the Master Grade Gogg. Like in these parts, the feet, the leg, they have these rubber pieces. I'll show you on the leg section actually. Okay, the arms. The arms are connected to a peg that's coming out of the main body, and the connection is so stiff that it's kind of difficult to move the arm. And even though if you are able to, there's not much you can do. I mean, it can go forward pretty well than you think. And the arm itself, every pieces of these are connected to a ball joint, a plastic ball joint to each other, so they do move, but not as much as you think. If you're not careful, you might actually break one of those joints, and you do not want to do that to a Master Grade. The claws, each claw on the hands are also connected to a ball joint, plastic ones, not polycaps. And while you're making this, you want to be careful on which claw is which, so you don't like confuse or drop a piece, so you don't like sort of mix up the fingers, because if you don't match up the fingers, one of them will look awkward. While building this, I actually made the mistake of putting this finger on the other side, so it looked kind of awkward at a certain point. Of course, the hand or wrist is connected to some sort of hinge system, so it can bend about 90 degrees, which you don't see often. And there is one more gimmick for the arms, but I'll show you guys later when I'm done with the basic articulation. Oh yeah, the body doesn't really go 360 as well, just a little bit twisting. And lastly, one of the main big features of Zeon kits is its gigantic feet and fat legs. Very fat, very big. Yeah, the best word to describe this kit is fat and big, or sick. It can go, let's see, let me adjust that. It can go 90 degrees, a little bit, almost 90 degrees up front. You can bend it, but it's technically a double joint, but because of the design and bulkiness, you won't really get much bend out there, about 90 degrees or less. I'm not sure how to say it. And these are the rubber pieces, as you can see. These are rubber pieces you would put on top. I guess they wanted to put in like a realistic feeling into it, which I'm not really too happy about these rubber pieces, but oh well, it's Bandai's call. Okay, here, yeah, there's one more here as well. The legs are connected to, yeah, this is a good timing actually. The main leg is connected to a ball joint out there, and there's a polycap inside the leg, and despite its age, it does have a side swivel. It does move a little bit. Did I get that right? Yeah, should be. And the feet, nothing too special, just big, gigantic feet, and it can move a little bit forward a little bit, not sideways, a little bit actually sideways. Technically, it is on a ball joint. And on the bottom, we have these turbines, and that can actually spin if you wish to do so. Oh. Okay, for articulation and the kit itself, that's all actually. However, there is one more thing. The Gogg being amphibious mobile suit, it does have like a amphibious form. So it's another form, or it can transform into a form where it's meant for swimming only. Before I get into that, I want to show you guys how big and bulky this is. Now, this is the Master Grade Gogg, and here is a typical Master Grade size of the Master Grade Nemo. Height-wise, it's a little bit, taller, but in terms of bulkiness, yeah, this is really, really bulky. I haven't seen a really bulky Master Grade out there yet. Of course, I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna tell me the Master Grade Sazabi Perka is bulky. I'm pretty sure like there's the Neo Zeon, which is an HG, but yeah, in terms of bulkiness, yeah, this is one really bulky kit that I've built so far. I was really amazed by how fat it was. And here's another amphibious high grade just for size comparison if you want to do so. Okay, let's go into that transformation thing. There's not much actually, but according to the manual, they want you to do the legs first. Now, there's this piece on the bottom. You pull it a little bit, and it's something does pull out, and you fold in the legs. I was not aware about this actually in the master grade because no reviews actually mentioned this. It's like you push the legs in. In the inside, there's something that gets folded up, and then you lock it into place by pressing this part again. So the legs are now close to each other more, and then the arms, you need to push every ball joint back in as much as possible, and then you have to line up the claws like this and fold the thumb like this, and then you have to push in the arm. I hope I do this correctly because this was kind of getting tricky time to time. You push in the arm, and the arm will go inside, and then you just fold. Yeah. You fold the wrist like this, something like that, and technically the claws should be going in. The end of the claws or tip of the claws should be going inside into the shoulder as well, and something like this. This is not the best case, but yeah, you get the gist of it. Yeah, this gimmick pretty difficult in my opinion. Sometimes it goes pretty well, sometimes it doesn't. Now, yeah, I'm just basically stuffing the claws in a little bit. But once you do get it right, it's something like this. You fold the arms, and it's now in its like swimming mode. So it's supposed to like swim around like this. Kind of ugly. Yeah, not the best transformation, or not the coolest looking thing. Now that's it. That's all you get. This is the Master Grade Gogg review. Now I can't, because of the design or the overall like unique bulkiness of the kit, I can't really recommend this to anybody or everybody, but I would recommend this to those who are a big fan of the 1 Year War era, or you're like a collector or fan of amphibious mobile suits out there. And I mean it's one of the few master grades that is amphibious. I can see why people do go for the master grade Act Guy instead of this, because of design and gimmicks, of course. But if you really want to have a bulky, fat master grade, I can recommend this. And I'm not sure if Bandai has any plans to make a 2.0 version of this. Actually, if they do make a 2.0 version, that would be interesting to see. Or, I don't know, because of the real grade Zagakai build, this would also make a very good material or candidate mobile suit for a real grade. I mean, it would be interesting to see one actually. Okay, so once again, I can see why there's not much reviews of this, or why this is really not popular. But to me, this does have like an interesting taste or look into it, so that's why I went for one. And also was curious on why people didn't really go for this master grade, because it's pretty cheap for a master grade as well. Anyway, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the Master Grade Gogg. If you have any questions or requests, leave a comment below. If I got anything wrong, also leave a comment below. I still have more kits to buy and build and make reviews of, so please stay tuned. And also, if you found this review informative or interesting, please like my videos and also subscribe to my channel. Until then, see you guys next time.